In the hearts of millions of viewers, Tom Selleck has always been an unshakable icon. From the charming detective Thomas Magnum to the commanding police commissioner Frank Reagan, he represented the ideal American man, tall, calm, and always doing the right thing. Yet in 2024, social media was swept by a wave of panic when false rumors about his death spread rapidly. Although it was nothing more than a cruel internet hoax, it unintentionally revealed a haunting truth about the fragility of legends in their later years. After 14 long years portraying Commissioner Frank Reagan in Blue Bloods, Tom Selleck broke his silence for the first time to admit a deeply personal fear. At the age of 81, he confessed that he was facing the possibility of losing Hidden Valley Ranch, the 63-acre property he had spent his entire life cultivating, protecting, and cherishing as a private sanctuary. The end of the series was not simply the end of a job. It directly threatened his financial ability to maintain the ranch, which had become the very soul of his life. The image of a tall, seemingly invincible man now revealed signs of exhaustion and fear in the face of time's cruelty and economic uncertainty. Audiences could not help but feel heartbroken, realizing that even America's family hero was struggling with ordinary financial anxieties as the sunset of his life slowly approached. It was a powerful contrast between an untouchable screen legend and a man desperately trying to hold on to the most precious things in his later years. To understand why a man in Tom Selleck's position would be willing to sacrifice everything to preserve his land, we must go back to where his steel-like values were formed. It was not the story of a spoiled rich boy, but one shaped through discipline and hard lessons in humility. Born in Detroit in 1945 and raised in a middle-class working family, Tom Selleck was nurtured with America's core traditional values: hard work, self-respect, and absolute responsibility. His father, a strict yet exemplary man, always taught his children that success is not measured by what you own, but by how hard you work to achieve it. Those lessons in integrity became the guiding principles of his life, keeping his feet firmly on the ground even after reaching the heights of fame. Standing at an impressive 6 feet 4 inches with a strong athletic build, Selleck was once considered a promising basketball talent. He earned an athletic scholarship to the University of Southern California, USC, where he dreamed of becoming a professional athlete. But life is never smooth. Reality delivered a crushing blow to his ambitions when he scored only 4 points throughout 7 official games. Yet this failure did not destroy him. Instead, it became a life-changing turning point. During the difficult period of searching for a new path after his basketball dream collapsed, a drama coach recognized Selleck's unique presence and encouraged him to try acting. From a man accustomed only to sweat-soaked courts, he stepped into the world of stage lights with uncertainty, but also determination. He did not choose acting for glamour, but viewed it as work that demanded the same dedication and discipline he once applied on the basketball court. That seriousness helped him lay the first bricks of a remarkable career, even though the road ahead was still filled with years of obscurity and hardship. Hollywood did not welcome Tom Selleck with glamorous red carpets. Instead, it tested his perseverance to the extreme. The calm movie star audiences later admired was forged through the dust of military training grounds and the harsh rejection of television networks over an entire decade. Spending much of the 1970s trapped in obscurity, Tom Selleck endured a journey that very few could have survived. He accepted every kind of work, from small commercials to nameless supporting roles, where his name did not even appear in the end credits. Those were years when hope itself felt like a luxury, but amid the instability, Selleck found his anchor in military discipline. From 1967 to 1973, he served in the California Army National Guard. Military life was not simply a duty to his country, it became the environment that forged his professionalism and iron composure. The drills, the obedience to commands, and the spirit of teamwork became part of his identity, helping him remain grounded amid the temptations and pressures of the entertainment industry later on. For Selleck, acting was never an emotional playground. It was a mission that demanded precision and responsibility. His perseverance was tested mercilessly as he appeared in 6 television pilots that ultimately failed. In television, the odds of a pilot being picked up for a full series are incredibly low, and Selleck experienced rejection 6 consecutive times. Each time a project collapsed, he quietly returned to the starting line and prepared for another attempt without complaint. It was the spirit of a soldier that taught him failure was simply part of the battle, and the true victor was the one still standing at the end. When fortune finally smiled after 10 years of waiting, Tom Selleck found himself facing a brutal test between personal ambition and integrity. This was the moment when Tom Selleck became completely different from the rest of Hollywood. He did not choose personal gain, he chose honor. At a crucial turning point in his career, Tom Selleck received an opportunity every actor dreams about. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas officially selected him to play Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark. However, there was one ironic obstacle. He had already signed a contract to star in the pilot episode of Magnum P.I. When CBS decided to move Magnum P.I. into full production, the network refused to release him for Spielberg's film project. Faced with the chance to become the biggest movie star in the world, Selleck could have sued or searched for legal loopholes to escape the contract, but he refused. He chose to honor his commitment and responsibility. For Selleck, breaking a promise was not merely a legal issue. It was a betrayal of the values his parents had raised him with. He would rather miss the role of a lifetime than become a man who could not be trusted. That integrity ultimately led him to the enormous success of Magnum P.I. His portrayal of Detective Thomas Magnum, with his rugged charm, Ferrari, and legendary mustache, transformed him into a global superstar and an irreplaceable symbol of masculinity in the 1980s. The show's success was so overwhelming that it not only earned him prestigious awards such as the Emmy and Golden Globe, but also created a major cultural phenomenon. Yet even while standing at the absolute peak of fame, Tom Selleck remained a man who valued work more than applause. However, behind the glamorous scenes filmed in Hawaii, a silent exhaustion had begun consuming him, eventually leading him to another decision that shocked the entertainment world. While the entire world was captivated by the charming detective Thomas Magnum, few realized that the man inside the frame was battling overwhelming exhaustion. Fame, the thing millions desperately desire, had become an unbearable burden on Selleck's shoulders. Silent exhaustion was the price Tom Selleck paid for the incredible success of Magnum P.I. The grueling filming schedule over 8 consecutive years in Hawaii drained him physically and emotionally. He no longer had time for himself, no space for personal passions, and most importantly, not a single truly peaceful moment. In 1988, while the show still dominated television ratings, Selleck made a shocking decision. He chose to walk away in order to prioritize personal stability and family life. The decision stunned Hollywood because, in the eyes of the entertainment industry, leaving a gold mine at the height of its success was madness. But Selleck understood that if he did not stop, he would lose himself completely. He began distancing himself from glamorous parties and red carpets. He even flatly turned down the leading role in the future hit series Baywatch, because he did not want his career to revolve solely around being a celebrity or sex symbol. He longed for a real life, one where he could touch the earth, do physical labor with his own hands, instead of constantly performing in front of cameras. That choice eventually led him to Hidden Valley Ranch, an isolated estate where he began the journey of rediscovering himself. It was not an early retirement, but a courageous transformation to protect the core values he deeply believed in, even if it meant walking away from the spotlight while still at the height of his fame. After temporarily stepping away from the glamour of Detective Magnum, Tom Selleck did not disappear from the artistic landscape. Instead, he began a new journey, returning to the most authentic values of cinema, the place where he truly felt he belonged. The shift Tom Selleck made toward film proved to industry insiders that he was far more than just a handsome face on television. The tremendous success of 3 Men and a Baby in 1987, the highest-grossing film of that year, confirmed his versatility as an actor who could be both humorous and deeply warm. Yet despite that success, Selleck's heart always gravitated toward another genre, one where his true nature could be revealed most clearly, the Western. He found a strange sense of comfort portraying cowboys and solitary lawmen living along harsh frontier landscapes. In films such as Crossfire Trail and Monty Walsh, Selleck never seemed to be acting at all. His calm demeanor, sturdy frame, and natural sense of integrity made him one of the most believable Western figures in cinematic history. For him, these characters were not simply roles. They represented an older way of life where honor and justice were the foundation of existence. His connection to the Western genre not only brought him artistic recognition, but also gave him a place to express his love for traditional values. Audiences no longer saw the flashy Thomas Magnum. Instead, they saw a weathered, resilient man carrying the quiet strength of discipline and conviction. This transformation laid the foundation for the iconic roles that would define the later chapters of his life, when every wrinkle on his face began telling stories of experience, endurance, and maturity. As he entered the later stage of his career, Tom Selleck refused to simply rest on the glory of his past. Instead, he gradually reshaped his image to reflect his own aging process, turning the marks of time on his face into a powerful artistic advantage. During this period, Selleck found extraordinary harmony with the character Jesse Stone, a small-town police chief constantly battling loneliness, disappointment, and the darker corners of his own soul. This was not merely another acting job. Selleck poured his entire heart into the project, even participating in writing and producing. Through Jesse Stone, he successfully portrayed a man burdened by emotional scars who still refused to abandon his faith in justice. The character's slow movements, reserved personality, and deeply reflective eyes resonated with audiences who themselves were confronting the hardships of growing older. However, the true pinnacle of his later career came through his role as Frank Reagan in the hit television series Blue Bloods. Over the course of 14 seasons, Tom Selleck became the soul of the show, a symbol of stability, family, and moral responsibility. As the New York Police Commissioner, he was not only solving the city's problems, but also guiding his own family through the now legendary Sunday dinner conversations. Frank Reagan became perhaps the clearest reflection of Selleck himself in real life, a man defined by discipline, restraint, and an unwavering devotion to family values. Audiences watched him age season after season. The wrinkles grew deeper, his movements slower than they had been during the Magnum PI years, yet the public's affection for him only intensified. People no longer admired him for thrilling action scenes. They admired the steadfastness and character of a mature man. That authenticity transformed his performances into an emotional anchor for multiple generations of viewers, even as they understood that behind the commanding presence stood an aging artist confronting the limits of health and time. Away from the bright lights of Hollywood and the authority of police uniforms, Tom Selleck retreated into a private world of his own. If he belonged to the public on screen, in real life he became a willing recluse among endless avocado groves. Hidden Valley Ranch was never just property to Tom Selleck, it was his sanctuary. After the collapse of his first marriage, he found lasting peace with Gilly Mack beginning in 1987. Together, they chose to leave behind the glamour of Beverly Hills in order to raise their daughter in the quiet isolation of the 63-acre ranch once owned by Dean Martin. Selleck was never the kind of ranch owner who simply observed from a distance. He genuinely became a farmer. He spent countless hours repairing broken fences with his own hands, tending avocado trees and savoring complete privacy behind stone walls. For him, sweat falling onto the soil brought a sense of fulfillment that no acting role could ever replace. Yet even that secluded life was not entirely peaceful. In 2015, a serious controversy emerged that temporarily damaged his public image when Selleck became involved in a water dispute during California's historic drought. He was accused of using tanker trucks to illegally transport thousands of gallons of water from a public hydrant to irrigate his avocado ranch. The controversy shocked many because it appeared to contradict the law-abiding image he had carefully built throughout his career. Although the lawsuit was eventually settled, it revealed the immense pressure he faced trying to preserve the land that had become the emotional center of his life. Selleck has also remained a man of deeply independent and unwavering convictions. He has never hesitated to confront tabloid media directly, even suing publications that spread false rumors about his private life and sexuality simply to protect his family's honor. He is also known as a longtime supporter of gun ownership rights and a member of the NRA, yet he has consistently approached disagreements with restraint and respect toward those holding opposing views. That complexity and firmness of character helped shape a version of Tom Selleck filled with depth, a man unwilling to bow to the pressures of changing times. Tom Selleck remains one of Hollywood's most fascinating contradictions, a superstar who lives like a recluse, a modern celebrity carrying the mindset of an older, pioneering generation. He never allowed fame to define him. His greatest passions were never extravagant parties or red carpets, but sports and community values. As a loyal fan and small shareholder of the Detroit Tigers baseball team, Selleck often found genuine joy watching games where victory and defeat were determined through real effort rather than scripted illusion. He also remained politically and socially independent, refusing to blindly follow popular trends. Though a longtime supporter of gun rights and the NRA, he consistently approached debates with calmness, logic, and respect for opposing opinions. Selleck never used fame to force his beliefs onto others. Instead, he chose dialogue guided by the quiet confidence of a man who had experienced life's many highs and lows. At times, this independence made him seem out of place in an increasingly volatile Hollywood, yet it only strengthened his image as a moral stronghold and symbol of personal dignity in the eyes of admirers. At 81 years old, Tom Selleck no longer hides his anxiety about stability in the future. He openly admits that he still wants to continue working, not out of greed for fame, but because he wants the financial ability to hold on to Hidden Valley Ranch, the place carrying every memory and sacrifice of his life. As Blue Bloods comes to an end, audiences see a Selleck who appears both relieved and deeply reflective. He resembles an aging cowboy preparing to remove his saddle after a lifetime journey across the vast plains of existence. The legacy Tom Selleck leaves behind is not limited to box office hits or prestigious awards. His true legacy is the example he set for an older generation's values: discipline, perseverance, and an honor that cannot be bought or traded away. Behind every heroic role was simply a man trying to protect his small corner of the world, his family and the land he loved, while the lights of fame slowly dimmed around him. His quiet farewell may bring tears to many people, but they are tears born from admiration for a man who lived fully, without regret, and who never broke the promises he made to himself. The journey through Tom Selleck's life ends here. What do you think about the image of an 81-year-old old soldier still working tirelessly simply to protect his home and way of life? Do the values of honor that he devoted himself to still matter in today's world? Share your thoughts and help us celebrate one of the last living legends of Hollywood.